I'm Roy Robertson. Today on Good Business San Diego, we're joined by Brent Wilsey, the president of Wilsey Asset Management, a local firm headquartered in Scripps Ranch. Brent has provided financial guidance to his clients for many years and through many market and economic cycles, including the turbulent times that we've experienced the last couple of years. It's always a roller coaster, right? Markets up, markets down. Now we're worried about interest rates and inflation and on and on and on. So help us get through this, please.
Yep, we are at a difficult time right now. We're seeing things going on. They're kind of crazy. This is when you come back to the fundamentals about what you're doing. Look at what you're paying for the earnings of a company, because companies that are very expensive, where you're paying 25, 30 times earnings, during times like this, they're going to fall. So you want to look at what you're paying for the earnings. You want to look at what you're paying for the sales. And almost let me talk about, too, about quality earnings. Make sure those are quality earnings, not just false earnings. Sales, what are you paying for the sales of that company? I mean, how much are they? So everything comes down to a number, what something is worth, and we always say that a number is worth nothing unless you compare it to another number of equal value, so you know what you're talking about. And then also to the book value, and this is very important too. What are you paying for the book value? We just had a bank that last week came out, and the bank, SVB Bank, had very bad assets. Well, now they're defaulting, so this is a problem. Make sure those are quality assets that you're looking at. Then lastly, what are you paying for the cash flow? It all comes down to when you go to a store, you want to get something on sale, pay a good price for it. When you're investing, look at the same thing. Yeah. Make sure you're getting a good price for something.
But it's kind of funny for investors. I mean, there's so many people that will take the time to do the research online or with a consultation with somebody on any number of different products. Are they doing enough research to find out the fundamentals and the value, the true value of these stocks?
Roy, here's the big problem. There is so much information out there. People look at that. If you look at the wrong thing, you're going to get the wrong idea. You have to look at the right fundamentals to make sure that you're getting the right information, because there's so much information out there. You could spend weeks, months, and never make a decision because there's more and more information out there. So make sure you know what right information to look for.
And this is what Wilsey Asset Management does. We're going to talk about getting a free consultation with Brent and his staff in just a second here, too. Some of the terms that laymen, common investors, may not be familiar with. You're looking at forward earnings, too. Explain what that is.
Sure, that's very simple. What are the earnings today? Are they higher down the road 2 years? Don't you want to buy a company that's going to pay more earnings down the road than today? Makes common sense to me. So that's what we look at when we're doing our research.
And you say don't forget about dividends, too. So let's talk about the importance of dividends.
Well, dividends are so important. Actually, last since 1930, about 40% of the return comes from dividends. About 9 out of 10 companies we buy, they pay dividends. We like dividend-paying companies, especially during these volatile times. Yeah. You get that dividend. It also prevents them from being a real big decline to maybe a small decline that you can sleep at night with.
Okay, so maybe not quite the exposure to the fluctuations in the market when you're counting on the dividends, right?
Yeah, dividend stocks have less volatility or less downside than actually your growth stocks.
Okay, so we're offering people a complimentary consultation with you, one-on-one, directly at your office at Scripps Ranch. What do you discuss with people when they schedule these consultations for you?
Well, here's what happens, Roy. Myself and my son Chase, we sit down with people. We spend about 30 to 45 minutes going over all the fundamentals, all the things we do. We talk about history. We talk about how we do things, what they have, what they're doing wrong. And I've been doing the same presentation now for probably 20 years. So it makes people very, very comfortable, and they say, yes, I've never seen this before.
And a chance to explain some of the research into the fundamentals, what you do best and what you've done for many years.
Okay. How we're going to do it, and how we're going to do it right.
All right, great. We're going to encourage people to make that call and get that consultation. Learn from this man. 858-546-4306 is the number. 858-546-4306, or you can go to smartinvesting2000.com.